Ever thought about how your choices define who you are? Jean-Paul Sartre sure did, and he had some pretty strong words for anyone who disagrees. In his essay, Existentialism is a Humanism, Sartre famously said, "Man is condemned to be free." What does he mean by that? Let's break it down. Imagine this. Nobody is born a jerk. There's no essence of jerkiness at birth, but someone becomes a jerk through their actions and decisions. Sartre argues that we create our identities through the choices we make. Existence precedes essence, he declares, meaning that we first exist and then define ourselves through actions. We are the architects of our own lives, for better or worse. And if you think your life is shaped by someone else, Sartre would call that cowardice. Sartre's point is simple. Wherever you are in life, it's because of your choices. Sure, circumstances play a role, but ultimately your decisions matter. Imagine you're at a crossroads. The path you choose will define your future self. This perspective heavily burdens us to make the right choices. Think about it. Big or small decisions shape who you are. Deciding to study instead of partying, be kind instead of indifferent, and take responsibility instead of making excuses. All these choices carve out your identity. According to Sartre, our freedom to choose is also a kind of condemnation because it means we are fully accountable for our actions. Man is nothing else but what he makes of himself, he writes, emphasizing that our essence results from our choices. This significant statement strips away any illusion of destiny or predetermined fate. You can't blame your parents, environment, or bad luck. It's all on you. Sartre's idea can feel like a double-edged sword, but on one hand, it's empowering to think you have the freedom to shape your own life. On the other hand, it's terrifying to realize you can't escape this freedom. Condemned to be free means there's no escape from making choices. With every choice, we bear the full weight of its consequences. Let's say you made a big mistake. Maybe a really big one. According to Sartre, you can't just shrug it off and blame someone else. You have to own it, learn from it, and move forward. And this level of accountability can feel crushing. But Sartre believes this is where true human dignity lies. By accepting full responsibility, we gain the power to transform ourselves. We're not stuck in our past mistakes. We can redefine ourselves through new choices. Sartre challenges us to embrace this freedom and responsibility. He essentially says, stop making excuses and take charge of your life. It's a tough love approach, but it's meant to liberate us from the chains of blame and victimhood. We are free to choose, and we find our true power in that freedom. In every decision, we reveal our true selves and values. Sartre states, in fashioning myself, I fashion man. So the next time you're faced with a choice, remember, you're not just deciding what to do, you're deciding who you are, and that's both a daunting and exhilarating freedom. Many people might find this view uncomfortable because it eliminates excuses. You can't blame your failures or bad behavior on others, it's all on you. And we often look for scapegoats, be it our upbringing, society, or sheer bad luck. Sartre, however, wipes those off the table. According to him, you're the one in the driver's seat, and that can be a tough pill to swallow. Sartre acknowledges this discomfort, noting that when we say that man chooses himself, we do not mean that every one of us must choose himself. But by that, we also mean that in choosing for himself, he chooses for all men. What he means is that our choices don't just define us individually. They set an example for humanity as a whole. It's a ripple effect. Every decision you make contributes to the collective human experience. And this idea can be overwhelming because it implies that our personal responsibility extends far beyond our own lives. But there's a silver lining. This immense responsibility means we have the power to shape our own destiny. Think about it. If you're entirely responsible for who you are, then you also have the power to change. You can become whoever you want to be. Sartre's philosophy is empowering because it places the tools of self-transformation in your hands. Imagine you're unhappy with where you are in life. Sartre's perspective tells you that you're not stuck. You have the freedom to make new choices and to reinvent yourself. This isn't just about grand life-altering decisions. It's also about the small, everyday choices that accumulate and define your character. Choosing kindness over indifference, effort over apathy, truth over deceit. Each choice builds the person you become. And Sartre also addresses the existential angst that comes with this freedom. The idea that you alone are responsible for your life can induce a kind of existential anxiety. But Sartre believes that facing this anxiety head on is imperative. Instead of despairing over the lack of external guidelines, we should embrace the opportunity to create our own meaning. Existence precedes essence. That's not just a catchy phrase, it's a call to action. It's about taking control of your story and living authentically. Moreover, Sartre's viewpoint encourages us to see failure in a new light. If you stumble, it's not the end. It's an opportunity to learn and choose differently next time. And this resilience is a fundamental part of Sartre's existentialism. You're free to fail, but you're also free to rise again, each time shaping yourself more closely to the person you aspire to be. So while Sartre's philosophy demands a lot from us, it offers unparalleled freedom and empowerment. You're not just a passive participant in life, you're its author, the challenge to embrace this role fully, without excuses, and with the courage to make choices that reflect your true self. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Your support means the world. And maybe you'll watch this one next.